is back. Southern Fried Football's Mark Packer is here once again, coming off the college football championship game in Arizona.
Can I say something?
Have you rested? Are you?
No, I haven't rested at all. As a matter of fact, it took, I don't know if folks realize this, but it's hard to catch that ball. When Kristen throws the ball to me, as a drag, you can't see it with that big head on. So, I mean, I had a really quick turnover. I thought it was going to be segment one. We're in Homer.
So
and
the
then,
dancing, we got to give you credit for that?
That was me.
Dance moves that Homer was just doing?
I thought Homer was in the first segment, and I had time to get into my traditional blue blazer. But that was a quick turnover.
Well,
it's hard to catch that ball. I mean, you can't
impressed.
see with that snout up there.
We're pretty impressed by you,
what
then.
What can I tell you?
Hey, were you impressed with the championship game Monday night?
It was awesome.
Epic.
It's one of the best college football games you'd ever want to see, and both of these teams are championship worthy. I mean, Clemson played great. Bama had to do everything in the right mind for the onside kick.
Yeah.
And as I told you on Monday, as we discussed, the bowl games were so average. This one was
above average.
It was one of the best college football games you'd ever want to see. Two really big-time teams.
When it was halftime, I think it was still tied up, 14 all.
Right.
Did you by then think, okay, know which team was going to go ahead? I mean, did you feel like one team had momentum over another?
No, but I thought this was going to be a good game. I just didn't think it would be this high scoring.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama's defense, anybody kept telling you this is the greatest defense in sliced spread. They gave up 31 first downs and 550 total yards. And Clemson played out of sight.
Well, Clemson's quarterback, I think,
Deshaun Watson.
I mean, he's just a fantastic player and gave Alabama's defense a lot of trouble.
Oh, without question. But the special teams was the difference in the game. That had been a bugaboo with Clemson all season long. Came back to haunt them. The onside kick was an incredible call.
What did you think about that call? 10 minutes.
Gutsy. I mean, listen, Nick Saban's now won 5 national championships, as I pointed out this week. As sports fans, we should look back and say, you know what, we're really living in a great time. We've seen Mike Krzyzewski win 5 NCAA championships. Nick Saban's now won 5 titles. These are 2 of the greatest coaches of all time, regardless of sport, still doing their thing.
Absolutely. Some people trying to compare whether Nick Saban is a better coach than Bear Bryant.
Well,
I mean, can you really put that compare? I mean, that was such a different time.
Different eras. But I will tell you, in this day and age, with what Nick Saban's done, 85 scholarships, we've spread the wealth from that perspective. Back when Bear Bryant was rocking and rolling, hey, you could have 200 kids on your football team. I mean, there was no restriction. So, again, different eras, it's impossible to compare. But one thing is sure, when you start talking about the greatest of all time in college football, those 2 guys are on the short list.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left. I wanted to go into a little bit of college hoops. I don't think we'll have time for that. But let's talk about the playoff game this Sunday, because that's on everybody's mind. The Panthers taking on the Seahawks. What do you think about that game?
I think this is trouble. I do.
For who?
I think the Carolina Panthers. I think this is the one team the Panthers really did not want to see. Listen, they beat them in week 6.
Yeah.
They played each other a bunch.
But this is not the Seahawks of last year Super Bowl champs.
I understand, but these guys have won the last 2 NFC championships. There's something about being the king. You got to go beat the king. I think the Panthers win, but I think this is a close
one.
Game.
All right. So hopefully we'll have another great game in our hands on Sunday and the Panthers win. Thank you, Mark.
You got it.
We'll talk hoops next week for sure.